Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney, and today I'd like to talk to you about a very serious medical condition that can happen in your spine called spondylosis. And what this basically means is that there is a small fracture or defect in your vertebra. And a lot of times it's in the form of a compression fracture. It can be the result of osteoporosis. It can be the result of a trauma, a serious accident, where there is a breakdown in the bone structure of your vertebra. And when that happens, a couple of things can happen that can be very serious. Number one is it can cause formation of arthritis, and it can cause calcium buildup, which can cause interference with the nerve conduction with the spinal cord, and the space in your spinal canal begins to narrow. That's called stenosis. So when the space begins to narrow, the spinal cord gets squeezed, and obviously when the nerves don't work properly, you'll start to experience pain, numbness. You could have issues with bowel or bladder incontinence, sexual dysfunction, all kind of really bad things, and many times it requires surgery to fix that. So that's one issue that can happen with spondylosis. Another thing would simply be that there could be bone fragments, and bone fragments floating around in your spinal cord, in the fluid in your spinal canal. Very, very big problem, because those bone fragments can, again, interfere with the nerve conduction. They can get stuck and cause a great deal of pain by pressing on a nerve. They can lead to formation of arthritis. They can lead to all kind of issues with, mostly it's going to be pain, and it's a very, very serious issue. Many times it requires surgery to fix. It can also result in infections sometimes. So if you've got spondylosis, a compression fracture, any sort of issue with the narrowing of the spinal canal or interference with the nerves in the spinal cord, that's pretty bad, pretty serious. It needs the attention of a neurosurgeon or an orthopedist to help make a decision whether this is surgical or non-surgical. I always tell my clients, if you're not getting appropriate results with one doctor, get a second opinion. This is too important. And if this is a situation that's gone on for a long time, or it's non-surgical, and sometimes compression fractures can be non-surgical, and the only thing they can do is give you pain medication, those cases usually can be fairly productive for Social Security disability, because judges recognize that if you have chronic, intractable pain in your back and limitation of movement, there's really not much you could do in terms of work. It's going to limit your sitting and standing, walking, lifting, plus there's going to be a great deal of pain. And if the doctor's willing to go on record to describe the extent of that pain and limitation of movement to the point where you would not be able to get through an 8-hour day, then you would be disabled for Social Security purposes. So this is one of these conditions that will show up on an MRI, show up on an objective test. So if you see in your medical records spondylosis, then that says to me that this is something you want to take a look at to see whether or not disability is an appropriate option, and to speak to a disability attorney in addition to your neurosurgeon or orthopedist, because you don't want to walk around with foreign objects in your spinal canal. Obviously not a very good thing to have, and this may be a situation where disability is an appropriate response, either for a closed period or ongoing if the situation does not get any better. So hope you found this helpful in defining this term. If you found it useful, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube or a like on Facebook. Please reach out to me if I can give you a case evaluation or answer any questions about disability. And for now, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. I do wish you well. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.